Man, what a nightmare blunt rotation. They really chose the worst people ever to play poker with. A priest. Not one, but two telepaths. I don't care if they don't think that they can use their powers. Do not invite them. Either that or we gotta turn on the power dampener, I'm sorry. And even without the power dampener, Hank is counting cards. And then we got poor Rogue, who's literally probably traumatized by playing cards. What are we doing here? I do love mundane mutant stuff though, and it's weird that they're just here playing poker. Like, I understand that they're probably wasting time to get to the next day or whatever, where there's probably a ton of meetings, but don't you guys run a school? Or are we officially splitting up teams now? This is the school team, this is the poker team. Gambit being a sweetheart, Apocalypse grabbing this man Angel like an action figure, and X Factor Jubilee. Which, damn, this looks like a cool episode. But I understand they don't got time to tell this story, even though they just dropped that they're gonna have like 10 billion D seasons. If the Vaseline smear all over the animation cell wasn't a clue, this is a dream. I wonder if that's how they did it. They just spent painstaking hours sitting at a light box, just drawing over and over certain frames, and then some asshole comes over and goes, hey, what if we use Vaseline? And some guy in the corner is like, we literally could just use an effect, and some dude just put up his finger to his lips. Quiet, we're using the Vaseline. Just that sentence though sounds like a call to HR. Having the previously on actually have this exact frame in it, but he's not Dritz, was genius. I think that the previously ons are probably some of the best parts of the episode. Also, could you blame me? I had to indulge myself here. Hey, did he just blow up her skin? What a dickhead. This is something I never thought about. This is like that one time in Korra where Zahir used airbending to take the air out of somebody's lungs, and you're like, oh, I'm sure people have thought about it. I'm sure it's been on forums forever, but I didn't expect them to ever do it and prove, yes, you can do this. All the crazy shit you're thinking that bloodbending can do, yes it can. But yeah, I guess, why couldn't he do this? I think Rogue is lucky that his powers don't work like hers do. X-Jammies! I swear, Marvel would make so much money if they just sold this stuff. Can you imagine buying an X-Force jacket for $80 on the Disney website? And that's why they're gonna stay broke. I was kidding about the blunt rotation. I'd smoke weed with everybody here, especially Scott. Are you kidding me? Aces and eights? Aces and eights? Oh god. Oh god. Merchandise idea. Please sell a Gambit card set with these X-Men chips. X-Men chips! Charles got these manufactured. Roll credits. Seriously though, I know I'm spending a lot of time on the poker, but I really love mundane mutant stuff. It's probably the best stuff. And again, I will write that show. Disney, please just send me the comically large bag of money. Also, if you want to send me the bag of money for the merch ideas I gave you, like all of these jackets being sold on your website for $80 a piece on disney.shop.com or whatever the hell your shop domain name is, not a plug, but totally could be a plug. Comically large bag of money, you know where to find me. And yeah, I'm gonna say the line. This reminds me of an episode of Star Trek. And it's funny because we have Jean-Luc Picard right here. They'll play poker with like a random celebrity. I think they've done it with Stephen Hawking before in the holodeck. Because why would you bring these people to a poker game other than to reference Star Trek? I'm just probably Star Trek'd out in the brain. I think it's just me. And the fact that Jean-Luc Picard is right here. And the actor that plays Data could do a killer Nightcrawler probably. Hydrate. This is a threat. I never thought I'd see a still sucking meme in 2026. Also, the music that plays whenever Apocalypse's mummy is on screen, hilarious. Straight up, genuinely hilarious. Are these the ruins still? They're not gonna do anything about this? I guess they're leaving the ruins up as like a memorial. Just now I realized that living here amongst all these ruins is probably also really traumatizing for Rogue. I love seeing new directors pick up like comic books or movies or stuff, and I get to see their interpretation of things, because this interpretation of how Cerebro works, like this cool visual, is really awesome. And we get even cooler visuals for something later that the only thing that was even close to that in my brain was the Quicksilver scene in the First Class movie, where they completely revolutionized how to direct those powers. Hey Gambit, this is New Orleans. You're not supposed to be in New Orleans. You were banned from Oof, right in the trauma. I'm sure Charles doesn't like being grabbed by the head like this and then exploded like this, but the person who's actually doing this knows that. Hey, it's the reason Gambit's banned from New Orleans. Well, he's banned from New Orleans for killing her brother. That doesn't stop him from being back anyway, and it's understandable why the Thieves and Assassins Guilds wouldn't expect Gambit to be the one delivering these invitations. We need to hand out another really cool design idea award. Whoever decided to make Gambit's powers this really cool cosmic thunderstorm, you deserve a raise. Go to your manager right now and show them this video. You deserve a raise. Hopefully they're giving out raises the way Bethesda did with Obsidian, and just good word of mouth from somebody on the internet is gonna get you that raise, and I hope it does. Also, it kind of looks like there's little stars in it. It looks very cool on those tarot cards. And again, you could put glitter in the tarot cards when you make and sell them on your website, $19.99. And I want each of the X-Men to be a different card. I know Gambit is Death, but he can't be both Death and the Lovers. But I mean, they're his cards. He can be all of them if he wants. Can you imagine a sexy Devil Gambit card, all posed up like that one Lucifer statue? Have I given myself a fan art idea? Maybe. And if you draw that fan art, I would love to see it. Send it to me on Blue Sky. I'm gonna put it in the description where you can send that cool fan art. And give me a follow, because then you'll see when I draw it as well. And this will kind of pressure me to do that. God, this shot is so good. How they're framed like they're in a picture, that they're a happy family and far away even though they're right there. Oh, this is beautiful. This one goes out to the storyboard artist. Give that person a raise. Also, there's something inherently funny seeing these two go into their son's room like they're about to give him the birds and the bees talk, and he looks like that. He looks like a brick shit house, and those bricks were made with stacks of meat, just raw steak. And his parents are coming in here like, "So son, I heard you started growing hair in funny places." Turns out, X-Men horror is great. We saw the space horror with Wolverine and the Brood, and now we have a vampire horror. This is absolutely a vampire movie. I know Gambit's a drow and not a vampire, but this is the Queen of the Damned, right? You got hot guy from New Orleans. Hot guy from New Orleans gets involved with Egyptian badass. Then it becomes the Lost Boys. Only Rogue is David this time. Vampire X-Men movie sounds like a movie I'd see yesterday. Roll that beautiful X-Men music. This is what I live for. I know the artist had a blast drawing these shots. I was watching Go-Go Loser Ranger, and there's so many like cool Sentai pose shots that I'm like, damn, the animators must have had a great time drawing this. Damn, X-Men horror is so good. Also, Rogue Girl, you didn't need to take off your glove. You got your arms all the way out. Just grab him around the neck. Actually, he wears a neck sock, doesn't he? So I guess, yeah, taking off the glove was a good idea. Do you think the neck sock is just for Rogue to wrap her arms around him? Probably not. I think that's part of the gear. It's part of the costume. I'm glad she did take her glove off, because we got a scene that like made me, it made me clutch where I would have had pearls. When I say my pearls were grabbed, girl, there's two reactions here. Oh my God, you touched me. And did you just touch me? Because he knows what that could do, and he knows how she did it. That wasn't an, "Oh my God, Gambit, I'm so happy to see you." That was, "I have to stop you. This is not an act of love you're doing here." But then when she realizes she can touch him, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's Gambit. He's real. He's here in the flesh, and I'm touching him." Also, goth girls love drits. They just do. It's just how it is. I'm not immune. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, wait, this is suspiciously familiar. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, thank goodness, that could have been so much worse. And I'm sure she was thinking that too. Like, oh, here it goes, here it comes. Poor Nightcrawler, he wants to save one of his siblings, and instead he ends up being a tool. A really cool tool who does really cool stuff, but a tool nonetheless. And man, just think about how Belladonna feels being involved in all this. I wonder if they're conscious to what they're doing and are trapped behind their eyes, like they're in the sunken place or something. Ugh, Gambit is so cool. It's so cool watching Cable let loose. It's also a cool bonding exercise with Mom, because you see, Jean and Betsy are trying to right this ship, and it is a big boy, so they needed some extra help. And it's also, hey, look what we can do together, Cable. But that's just too bad. That's another jet. That's another jet destroyed. Good thing it's not their jet. I think this is an X-Force jet. And now we get the truth of it. Apocalypse was Thanos once upon a time, and Rogue is the person who put that in his head. Rogue stepped on a butterfly that started this whole chain of events. Vampire swamp wedding. It was nice of Gambit to let Belladonna be his maid of honor. It's weird that she made the Gimps show up as the Gimps still. Maybe ditch the Gimp mask. This is a wedding. This is a formal event. I don't know about a swamp, personally. It's just not my thing. This is probably how they do things down here. Besides, they have to make the blood sacrifice. Oh, did nobody mention the blood sacrifice? Yeah, we're gonna use the sacrificial blade that's right over there next to the potato salad. And yes, I am indulging myself again. Listen, I'm only human. We don't get a great look at the really cool staff scythe here, but the staff scythe's such a good idea. I thought this was rather easy until we find out later that Apocalypse is like in his body. It's not just Apocalypse giving him a droplet of his power. Apocalypse is like, no, I'm gonna take this body. I'm gonna take this body and get my revenge for all those years ago when I was scorned. Some dudes, man. I love that the X-Men get here in a new jet number 3 of like the past month we're on now. In the past month, we're on the 3rd jet. Also, the X-Men are ready. I guess it's time to meet my X-Men. We not wasted no time. Yep, not wasted no time. And we get one of the classic X-Men running against team of bad guys that are also running. Thank you, Storm. I needed you to be back on your bullshit today and you delivered, thank you. Morph turns into Earthquake, and I'm assuming he knows what that is because of the professor. Otherwise, I have no idea how he knows what one of these are. It's cool as hell though, either way. As is this shot of Nightcrawler about to do the damn damage. Seeing Nightcrawlers fight like this is fantastic, and I think that they need to actually do this in a movie. Just imagine if we got this in the White House scene from the movie. Yo. If you don't think this is the coolest shit of all time, get out of my face! 10 out of 10 powers effect. But now we're on the astral plane doing astral plane stuff, and it's always good to see how Professor X would fight if he was an X-Man. Cable try not to murder somebody challenge failed. Come on, man. Look how strong we were together. You're really gonna throw that all away to kill Gambit? And yes, I know Apocalypse is in there, but the Professor seems to have that sewn up. I mean, he doesn't know if the Professor has that sewn up, even though he probably should, because he's also a telepath. He usually doesn't use his telepathic powers unless he needs to. But you're gonna get our school charter taken away, bro. You have his mummy, is that not enough? Hey, Kurt, how'd you do that? How'd you disappear all those people? So this episode taught us some things. One, Rogue's powers work in the astral plane the same way they work in the regular plane. If those powers work, that means Gambit's probably mostly the person in control of his consciousness. Although Apocalypse is still in there, unless Rogue absorbed him. If Rogue absorbed him, I would love to see what kind of crazy evil shit she does next week, if there's crazy evil shit to do. Also, this man cannot be comfortable in his full outfit in this hospital bed. Nobody here probably wants to strip him naked. Beast is like the doctor on staff, right? He can get Gambit out of his jacket at least. And his head sock, what are we doing? This is such a funny visual that it feels like something that they would have actually done in the old X-Men 97 cartoon, in the old TAS, because that show, the budget was not fantastic. And I can see them just going, fuck it. But he's in bed in his full costume. They did that with Sabretooth, which is why I probably thought it was his skin for so freaking long. I think the power of love, while fine, is probably not enough to sate some people. Probably like, how that's it? Is that how we dealt with this problem? I think we dealt with this too quickly, and it's probably just because we don't have a ton of episodes. And I'm hoping that this isn't over. I hope that this is just the beginning. Gambit is still all deathy, or at least Rogue now is probably all deathy because she did absorb some of that stuff. But I would love to see more Horsemen before we go, all right, that's it, Apocalypse is done. We do have some crazy stuff that pops off at the end. I guess Apocalypse is more of a lingering issue than a big problem at the moment. I just hope we get more Death Remy, because that was cool as hell. And it would suck to just have him and not the rest of the Horsemen all at once. So it looks like the big problem this season with lingering Apocalypse is also X-Force. I still kind of just want to see these guys in black and gray with red eyes. That's all I want. So I'm curious about this situation, but I still wish we were doing more Apocalypse stuff instead. I think these guys are kind of small potatoes in comparison, but they are with the United States government, which is a whole overarching thing. And I would love to see if that is going to involve any other powered heroes. I would love to know if Captain America or Nick Fury is going to show up and do anything about this. This episode was hot fire, but it didn't give me everything that I wanted. So I gotta give this one probably a B. They did a fantastic job. I love the vampire love story. I'm ready for it to tie all together because we're running out of time in this season. And yeah, we get 1 billion D seasons, but you know, we tell a nice story each season. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Subscribe and we'll talk about the first X-Men movie. Yes, the original X-Men movie. So keep subscribing, keep telling your friends, and we'll be back early next week for House of the Dragon. You know how we do. And once House of the Dragon is over, maybe we'll start talking about the new Avatar: The Last Airbender. Nobody is an island. You're much stronger together than you are alone. I love you.